Remember, if we win today, guys, it is a trophy. It is a trophy. Of course, if we lose, I think we all know it's just a friendly. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Ghana loving champions. How we doing? It's game day, Community Shield Day. Are we excited, nervous, indifferent? Do we care? Is it a trophy? Isn't it a trophy? I have no idea. I don't really know. I can't make my mind up. I know I enjoy it when we win it. And we've won a lot. We've won a lot of them. And we will come to that in a minute. So let's talk about what's on the show today. Well, obviously it's game day. It's Arsenal versus 115. It's a sort of big curtain raiser / not that important. We'll get your discussions about that in a minute. We're going to be looking back at previous meetings with City. We've got some Arsenal news. We've got Champions Countdown. We've got your big arse opinions. The whole reason why we do this mother fluffing show is your big arse opinion. So please do get in the chat. Give us your opinions. If you don't watch this live, then get over to our socials. Give us your opinions there. I do read them and try and reply to as many as I can. We do have a little discussion going on over there. Some nice stuff comes on over there. I have to say, nice stuff happens here live. Nice stuff happens over there. So where is over there? TikTok at Big Arse Brekkie, Instagram at Big Arse Breakfast, and X at Big Arse Brekkie. The most important thing you can do, though, of course, if you're watching the show right now, is to... Can't find it. There it is. Lizzo and Subscrizzle. Please do like and subscribe for obvious reasons. It just helps grow the show. That's it. We like to be liked. Who doesn't like to be liked? And if you like this, then it grows the show. More people come in and have a chat, like the good people that are here this morning. Who was first out the gate? Who was first out the gate this morning? Let's have a little look. Oh, my bloody jingles are all over the place again. Oh, my goodness me. I didn't even have Robin's. There it is. Found it. Morning, Robin. He says, good morning, lovely Babs champions. And the Scud has joined us as well. Where's the Scuds one gone? Honestly, everything is all in a fucking mess. He says, morning, champions, and continues, at last, the football season starts for me today. Yeah, I'm saying it starts next week. I still don't class this as starting the season. Pre-season friendly, right, until we win it. Good morning to Andrew. He says, good morning, everyone. Robin says, how you doing? Andrew says, I'm doing okay. A football fan with no alliance to any club. Andrew, we've got to start working on that. Come on, come and join the Arsenal. The good old Arsenal. Come on, Andrew. If you're on this Arsenal show, you got to have some interest in Arsenal, right? You have a little bit in the Arsenal. Come on, guys, let's get him into it. So let's tell him why Arsenal's so great. Well, you should know by now, to be honest. If you're watching this show, you know why Arsenal's so great. We could do with your support always. You're welcome into the Big Babs family. And we've got Neil is here. He says, good morning, champs. Let's freaking go. How's my mic levels doing this morning, Neil? I need to know. If you guys are wondering, shall I tell you this? Yeah, fuck it. Basically, when I do a show, I have different formats for each of the days. So, like, we have an almost instant reaction show, we have the game day show, we have the match preview show, and we have a morning brief, right? I never drop it at the top of the show. I should do. We have 4 different shows, and I haven't been using any of the other formats for how many months now? 3 months, because it's been off season. I've come back and everything is a fucking mess. Everything's gone. All the settings were gone. It reset. And like last night, I was going, why is that not working? That's not working anymore. Oh, it drives me bloody mad. Anyway, that's what I'm bloody fighting with. Oh, what a hero. What a hero. Not all heroes wear capes. Wildy is here. Good morning to you, Wildy. He says, happy match day, Gunners. And BX Gunner is here. Yeah, BX Gunner says the season finally kicks off today because this match won't be a friendly on the pitch. He continues, come on, you Gunners. Yeah. And we have a newbie in the chat. I love to see this. Where's my bloody newbie music? That's not there either. There it is. Hang on. Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam. Yeah, welcome to the chat, Chris Welton. Says, good morning, and the FA recognises the Community Shield as an official trophy, and we should care. It adds to our tally. Do they recognise it as an official trophy? Is that true? Chris, I don't want to doubt your superior knowledge to mine, but I am going to bloody Google that, because I read something the other day. Is the Community Shield a trophy? No, let's have an official trophy. An official trophy. I bet you're right, and I'm wrong. This is... What do winners get? The winners, rather than handing a trophy per se, the winner of the Community Shield is presented with a shield. That doesn't help me. The FA says the Community Shield is incomparable to any other trophy. Fans debate whether it's a major trophy or not. That doesn't help either. The winning side can claim the first major piece of domestic silverware of the season rather than hand it up. But I mean, someone. All right, Chris, I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'd say it's inconclusive. I'm going with Chris. Chris seems like a knowledgeable fella. Fair enough. Right. Do you know what? Whether it's a trophy or not, it's about whether people care or not. Because quite frankly, I don't give a shit about the League Cup. I don't give a shit about the League Cup. The only time I ever gave a shit about the League Cup was when we went through that 9-year drought of not winning anything. And I just wanted to say, I'm contradicting myself now. I just wanted us to win it when we lost against Birmingham to say, well, we've won a trophy now, so stop going on about it. But yeah. What do you reckon? Wildy says, according to Google, only 8 out of 34 Charity Shield winners have won. Oh, you're about to do it. You've done the stat that I'm going to do in a minute. Okay, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. I should read things. Let's note to myself. We'll come to that stat in a minute. Let's do some Arsenal news. Let's kick off, shall we? What do we got? Oh, the tiny bit of Arsenal news. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm interested in this, right? So Arsenal posted this video of Miles Lewis-Skelly talking about the pride and joy that he felt during the parade. And he talks about it. You should go and check it out. Lovely little piece, little bits of parade footage there, and him talking about how it's a big celebration, how they were singing. It was a real coming together. I won't spoil it all. You should go and watch it. But my question to you is, and they posted this yesterday. What do we think's going on here, guys? What do you think's going on here? Is this a little bit of an apology video? This is a little bit of Arsenal going, hey, get Miles on the video because I think we've upset some fans here by potentially touting him to other clubs. Just put this out. He did a heart thing when he scored the other day. Should we just simmer this down a little bit, shall we? Let's just simmer this down a little bit. We love Miles. The fans love Miles. Okay, put out a lovely video, Miles. Is that what we're thinking? Is that what we're thinking? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. That's my tinfoil hat on this morning, but I don't know. I'm still not convinced they're not going to sell him, you know. Anyway, Andrew says it's official, just like the Super Cup, but with bad PR. Yeah, I know. In and thank you, Neil, for saying better levels today. Brilliant. Yeah, the Super Cup. It's funny because the Super Cup, when they do theirs in Germany and they do it in the Liga and they do it in any other, they take that shit really seriously. We don't. Chris Welton says, according to the FA officials themselves, it is on Google and Wiki. Lol. Then what the hell was I? Excuse me, I'm going to die. Oh my God, I don't have any water here either. Okay, let's do the whole thing with a frog in my throat. Oh, guys. Sorry, excuse me. 1 second. All right, I think we're good. If you are listening on the podcast, that's probably at least funnier on YouTube, if funny at all. Anyway, I don't know what's gotten into my throat, and I don't have my water here with me. So, right, Chris Welton was saying, according to FA officials themselves, it's on Google and Wiki. Lol. Okay, Chris, you're the winner here. Congratulations. Well done for checking that out. I'll go with what you say, but in the back of my mind, it's not a trophy unless we win it. But if we lose it, it's not a trophy. But if we win it, yeah, it's a trophy. Yeah. But apparently, officially it is. Thank you, Chris. And welcome, by the way. Everyone say welcome to Chris. And yeah, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game a little bit, shall we? So now that Chris has put that to bed and it is a trophy, how do we go about winning this trophy? What's going to happen today, guys? What's your predictions? Actually, we'll come to predictions in a minute, but it's quite interesting. We have played Manchester City 3 times in the Community Shield, and we have won all of them. Of course, you'll remember the first occasion in 1934, and I'm sure you remember it well, when we won 4-0 with goals from Ralph Burkett, Ralph Burkett, big fan of his. He was one of my favourite players. James Marshall, Ted Drake, and Cliff Baston. Of course, I know those two. I don't know James Marshall, though. I should know my history. But yeah, 4-0, 1934. It was a great game. Great game. Then in 2014, I definitely remember this one. We won 3-0. Santi Cazorla scored an absolute lovely goal. Ramsey got a lovely one on the break, assisted by, if any of you can guess, if any of you guys can guess who got the assist for Ramsey for that second goal, I'll give you 5 seconds. Don't Google it. 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Yaya Sanogo. Yaya Sanogo got an assist for Ramsey to make it 2-0 in that game in 2014. And then Giroud, I am Giroud, scored the third with a banging strike from about 30 yards out. Robin shot with Walcott. No, it was Sonogo. It's quite funny. I'll tell you who else played in that game. Mikel Arteta played in that game just 12 years ago. Our boss played in that game. We beat City 3-0. Then, of course, the last one there on your screen, you can see that. We also beat them on penalties in 2023. We drew 1-1. Cole Palmer scored their first goal, which was annoyingly nice goal. I don't know if this was the season that he actually joined. Did he join Chelsea in this window? I'm not sure. I think he did, but he scored a good goal against us. And then Trossard scored again. Ole, ole. It got a deflected goal, and it went straight to penalties. And De Bruyne hit the bar to miss his. And who missed the penultimate one? Oh, Rodri. Rodri had his saved, and Vieira scored the winner. So, yeah, quite nice that. Now, there is a stat. Here's a nice one, right? Arsenal have not lost a Community Shield final in 21 years. However, across the 34 Community Shield matches in the Premier League era, just 8 of the teams to lift the Community Shield have gone on to win the top flight title later that season. That is less than quarter, 24%. So I'm hedging my bets today and say, let's play the kids. Let's play the kids, put Gunnosaurus in goal, put a load of sock puppets in the midfield. I don't care. And Jesus up front. Let's do that. Because, you know, he's got to be in the shop window still, I think. Let's do that. Maybe we don't win this one, guys. What do you reckon? Am I just being a bit too nervous about this? Play anyone. Play anyone. Tea ladies. Maybe have a little raffle. And, maybe some of the fans can go out there and play. If anyone's going down there today, get in the front. I'll play, boss. Maybe we just don't need to win this one. Robin says, see, I told you, it's cursed. Well, wouldn't a curse be 100%? 24% is bloody low. Bloody low. Anyway, let's do some injury news. Before we do a predicted lineup. So, Zubi, Saka, Rice, and Zubi, Saka, and Rice were all confirmed as available yesterday. If you remember from the boss, well, not yesterday, Friday, he said in his press conference, they're back and they will be available depending on how much minutes they can be managed. He said on Rice and Saka, I didn't mention this yesterday morning, he said on Rice and Saka managing their fitness, he said, we haven't noticed anything. Really, Mikel? Have you not noticed anything? They have individual plans from their time with the national team. They've been trying to evolve those issues, and they have improved. In the rest period that they had, they both had specific programs for themselves. They've been doing those, and so far, what I saw the last 2 or 3 days, it was really good. They're going to play, aren't they? They're going to play. They may not start Rice and Saka, but I bet they're going to be involved. Timber and Saliba, as you know, are still out. The two lovely boys on the screen there. Timber, hopefully, is just weeks away. Saliba, we're all shitting ourselves about. Although he's supposedly not having surgery, that hasn't been ruled out as an option if he doesn't heal up well in the next, couple of months. So it's a bit nerve-wracking. So the rest of the latecomers may well feature in some way. As Noni, they've already featured. Big Gabby, Nelly, Erdegaard, Marino have already featured in pre-season. So I'd imagine they will be coming on at some point. Before we carry on, I've got to say, welcome to a newbie. Welcome to the chat. Now say something, fam. Yeah. DJ Dens UK. DJ Dens, how you doing, my friend? Says, come on, you gunners, and salute. DJ Dens, I feel like I've seen you on Twitter and posted some of your tweets on there before, you know. Have I? Have we done that? Have I let you know about that? I don't know. There's another Dens that posts stuff on Twitter quite a bit, and I'm always like, oh, that's a good opinion. I'll stick that in the show. I'm probably sure I would have reached out to you. Anyway, welcome, sir. I hope you're well. What's on your mind? Let's talk about Arsenal. So, yeah. Let's go on to the predicted 11. Now, I did yesterday the Babs 11, who I would like to see, who I would have liked to have seen. That's what we do yesterday. That's what we do on the match preview show. On the game day show, we do what we think Arteta will do. So, guys, what do you think Arteta is going to do today? Arteta, I think he's going to line up with something like this. Very strong. Raya in goal. White right back. Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori left back. Bruno Guimaraes, Lewis Skelly, Dauman, Erdegaard, Solis, Havertz. I think Ethan might get some time. I'm not convinced we'll see, for instance, Aoife Ibrahim. I'm not convinced we'll see Marley Salmon unless the game goes a certain way. You know, if it's petering out and we're winning like 2 or 3-0, maybe we'll see that. Not saying that we will win 2 or 3-0. I'm just saying there'll be a game state for those. I suspect Rice and Saka are going to get some time. I don't think he can help himself. I think he will. I think he will. What do you guys think? What do you think? Scud says, oh, that I'm going to use that. Scud. By the way, I forgot to mention, we do team talks. We do team talks on a game day. So if you've got a team talk, if you've got something you want to say to the team, like imagine you're in the dressing room 5 minutes from kickoff. What are you saying to the team before they go out? I've forgotten about this feature because we haven't done it in 3 months. So we do a team talk on game day. If you want me to read out your team talk, just put TT. Put TT in the chat and I'll read it out at the end to some really fun music and piss around. It could be silly, it could be fun, it could be whatever. Scud's got a really good one. Might have to come back to that one, Scud, if I can find it. Yeah, can I copy that? Can I copy that? No, I can't drag and copy. Oh, that's really annoying. I have to scroll back to it. Scud, I'm going to come back to one. That's a good one. So yeah. Neil says pretty much how I have it, but swap Kai for Jock. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. The only reason why I've gone with this predicted Arteta lineup is because I do think that Arteta favours Havertz over Gyökeres. I think that's his guy, isn't it? And I think if he's fit, he's going to start him. I would presume. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do some transfer bollocks and we can come back to this.
Transfer bollocks.
Because there's always a bit of transfer bollocks, let's be honest. There's always a bit of transfer bollocks, and thankfully it will be over soon. What have we got left? About 2 weeks. 2 weeks until the transfer window shuts. Thank fucking God. What have we got today? So, I mean, this is not really news. Tidbits. I can fly through this morning. Sam Wallace at the Telegraph was speaking about Julian Alvarez, and he said, it appears Arsenal's move for Julian Alvarez has stalled for the time being. Well, I don't think it can stall when it hasn't even started. I don't think that's even got anywhere, has it? That's just a rumor. Rumor mill is going into overdrive, and they're just coming up with like verbs to just say it's just come on now. Come on, it's not going anywhere, that one. I don't even know why I put it in there, apart from people seem to be interested in Julian Alvarez. And yeah, this was breaking. I'm going to rank this after I've read it out. It says Arsenal have made a €5 million loan plus €35 million option to buy offer for Galatasaray's right back Wilfried Singo. I can't profess to know a great deal about him. He's 25. He's 6 foot. He's right-footed. The account that they've quoted there is quite small. I don't think there's much about this. I then went and Googled it and saw it sort of doing the rounds online in general, but couldn't really find a credible source about it. I mean, it makes sense. This is probably off the back of all the Berta chat and his Turkish friends and connections, off the back of obviously the Martinelli and Osimhen chat. So maybe someone's just chancing their arm. I rate this one as bollocks. Standard out of the box bollocks. Open up the box. There it is. Little pair of bollocks. Do you want those bollocks? No, thank you. No, thank you. I rate that as bollocks. And then lastly, Sami Mokbel was talking to FK on the Latte Firm. I don't know if it's last night or the night before. I think it was last night, actually. And he said about Jesus, he said, he's at a big club that holds a lot of affection for him, and leaving London is a difficult matter for many settled players with families to convince before any move. Is this just a bit of 4D chess? Is this the club briefing Sami Mokbel to say, we love him, he loves London, we can't let him go for less than 20 million euros. You know, he loves it here. It's going to have to be a decent offer for us to let this player that we love and didn't play hardly at all, even though he was fit last season towards the back end. We love him. He's an essential part of the team, but we never actually played him really until Crystal Palace, even though he was fit. But we love him, so you're going to have to give us 20 million euros. Give me 20 million euros now. We're desperate to sell. Have you seen how bad this is getting out there, guys? Our selling is it's peak, isn't it? It is absolutely peak. I think the pressure is on. I think the pressure is on Berta. I've been reading a lot about this recently. It's not going well. It's not going well. I mean, I have faith because there's 2 weeks to go and Berta moves in mysterious ways, a sort of godlike transfer specialist, but I don't know about this. This is not filling me with joy, any of this sales stuff, right? This is not filling me with joy. I will come back to the chat. What's everyone else saying? Scott says, I'm worried about Jock. I really wanted to do the business, but it's just not happening. We can't afford to miss all the chances he gets. I don't think he gets many chances, Scud, does he? I don't think he really gets many chances. I back him to score when he gets a chance. He just hardly gets any. We can't seem to feed him. Personally, I think because his movement's not very good. And also, to your point, he says he keeps falling over and he doesn't have any pace. I've seen him with pace. I've seen him when he played for Sporting against Gabriel and Saliba. He was pacing them up all over the place. I don't know what's happened to him. Robin says, Napoli is bloody beautiful and amazing. He should look forward to it. Good point. Wildy says, the difficult matter for Jesus is the 250 bags he's taking home each week. That is true. He is on 250k a week. Why would you leave? Oh, they're not going to play that at Napoli, are they? But maybe a signing on fee to make up for it. We know how they do that. Just a big old lump sum signing on fee. We're only asking 20 million euros. I'm sure Berta would take 15. I'm sure Berta would take 12. I'm sure Arsenal will take 10. I'm sure Arsenal will take 3. I'm sure Arsenal will give him away for free. Just take him off our books. No disrespect to Jesus. Love the guy. Decent player, just injury ravaged all the time. But please, someone come and take him. We need to start making some movements like now. I'll drive him to the airport. I don't have a car. I'll hire a car. I'll go to Hertz. I'll hire a car and drive him there, okay? They didn't have a car. I took a van. He's in the back of the van. Let's go. Oh, what else? Yeah, Andrew says, won't Arsenal benefit more from removing him off the books? Exactly. Neil says, please take him Napoli. Exactly. Again, no disrespect to Jesus. I think he's a lovely guy. I think he's done some really good stuff for us. It's a shame it hasn't panned out. His body can't live up to the physical demands of the Premier League. So, guy, like, get him gone, get him playing, get him out to Napoli. Love it. BX Gunner says Jesus is scamming and living at Arsenal. 265k a week, it's gone up, means he needs to go ASAP. He's useless and a liability. I don't want to call him useless, but we are not using him, certainly. A liability, I think he works hard. He just can't last. He can't last more than a game. It's really not good. Anyway, we've moved past that era. Most importantly, we have moved past that era. I think that's your transfer bollocks, guys. Right, look, we are going to do a quick Champions Countdown. Then we will come back to you guys in the chat. I do want some predictions, guys. I want some predictions. I want some team talks. Otherwise, the team talk segment at the end of the show is going to be absolutely dog shit. Give us a team talk. Right, let's do a Champions Countdown. Champions Countdown. Robin has made an offer for Jesus. What he wants... Robin would accept a packet of Worcestershire sauce crisps for Jesus. Do they still do them, Robs? I haven't seen a packet of Worcestershire sauce crisps for ages. Do they still do them? I quite like a wheat crunchy. Quite partial to a wheat crunchy. And the king of crisps, let's not get this twisted. The king of crisps really is the pickled onion monster munch. We're not in disagreement here, are we? And the beef flavored ones are pretty darn good as well. Very, very good. Doritos are fantastic, but they're not crisp. Right. Here we go. What was this one? Oh, yeah. So, in case you're unfamiliar, the Champions fucking hell, in case you're unfamiliar with the Champions Countdown, if you're new to the show, every day we have been counting down one game a day from last season's title-winning campaign. So we're going through all 38 games, one day at a time. There are now 4 days to go until the start of this new season, and we are on match week 34. And who remembers this? Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Another pants-shitting fucking game that was just on tenterhooks throughout the whole thing. Oh, I think Arteta said we entered like a new mini league and people started calling it like the 5-game shootout. And it did become that. It did become that. We just came into this game off of back-to-back defeats from Bournemouth and City, and we needed a response. And Asula nearly scored for Newcastle in the opening minute. He just ran through our defence, and when he had a chance of goal, he air kicked it. I don't know if you guys remember this. Completely air kicked it. They should have been 1-0 up straight away. But Eza was making moves. He was having some pop shots here and there, and within 10 minutes, via a very well-worked corner routine, a dummy run from Ødegaard completely took a load of Newcastle players away. They played the ball inside to Havertz, who laid it off to Eza, who curled an absolute beautiful sweeping shot into the top corner. It was actually his 10th goal. It was his 10th Arsenal goal. I think 11 of those came against Spurs. Yeah, it was good. It was a lovely goal. It was a beautiful goal. Then, unfortunately, Kai goes off injured. We were playing well. Kai went off injured. I'm not blaming Jock, but after that, we didn't play so well. Jock came on. This is 34 minutes. And then, really, the only other notable thing throughout this game was in the second half. What Jock did do well, as he does do well, he ran into the channel. A ball was played over the top. Nick Pope came steaming out of his goal, pulled him down, and didn't get sent off. It was a complete dogso. It was a complete denial of a goal scoring opportunity. It doesn't matter now because we won the league. But I remember sat there thinking at times, like, how has he not been sent off for that? If that was Raya, he'd be sent off and sent to a gulag. Like, it was so frustrating. Anyway, it didn't matter. It does not matter. We held on despite a very nervy finish. You remember Jan Wisser was played in with like a minute or so, I think about 5 minutes to go. Lofted ball in, he blazed over the bar. That should have made it 1-1. I mean, at this point, they came that close with like to snatching a point. I came that close to touching cloth. It was awful, absolutely awful. Other than that, we didn't really do much. Martinelli had a sort of tame bicycle kick about 2 minutes after that. And Erdegaard stung the palms, as they say, of Nick Pope with about 2 minutes to go. But it was a cagey affair, but we did it. It didn't matter. It sent us back top of the Premier League, recovering after 2 defeats. Interesting stat, since the start of the 2022-23 season, Eze has scored more goals from outside the box than any other Premier League player. He's scored more goals outside the box than any other Premier League player. What does that tell you? Mikel, take heed. Listen, get him taking shots from outside the box. He's really fucking good at it. Let's do more of that. Get Eze more involved. Get him drifting central. Give him the ball. Take shots. Goal. Win the game. Way. Let's do that, please. Please. Man of match was Eze. Let's have a little look at the lineup that day. It was Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapie, Rice, Zubimendi, Erdegaard, Madueke, Eze, Havertz. Substitutes was, as I already mentioned, Victor Gyökeres came on for Kai, Miles Lewis-Skelly came on for Martin Zubimendi, and Bukayo Saka came on for Noni Madueke. Those were in the 81st minute. In terms of the table, it did keep us 3 points clear of Manchester City, who still had that game in hand. And that game in hand, I think, was a very interesting one. But we will cover that tomorrow.
Apart from the 2 penalties you gave away,
way too dry. Yeah. I'll get myself back on the screen. It's just reading your stuff here. Let me dive in. Here we go. Here's some opinions. Andrew says Victor isn't good against low blocks, sadly. Yeah, exactly. Nor is Martinelli. This is the problem with our attack. If we can't play quick transitional football, this is what we face. This is why it's so stodgy. It's just difficult, isn't it? It's just really, really, really difficult. Arsenal Domination has joined us. Yeah, he says, good morning. Oh, good morning, Dom. How are we doing? Thank you for joining. How are you this fine Sunday? You're not still on holiday, are you? You're not. When was the last time we spoke? Was that when you were on holiday? I can't remember. I have such a terrible memory. Yeah, okay. Scud's got a big ass opinion. He says, this is the last chance for Noni. He's not impressed at all, unless you like getting the ball back from the car park. Same with Jock. When you say last chance, what are we talking about, Scud? Let's be specific. You're not saying like the last game. It's last season, right? He's got a season, right? That's how I see it. He's got a season to impress himself. Funny enough, going back, and I said this on the show the other day, generally, when I've been doing that Champions Countdown thing, apart from when I've avoided the games that I just can't bear to watch, which is mostly the really bad losses, when he's had moments in games. He always makes the highlights footage. He always makes the highlights reel. He's taken on a player, he's got to the byline, he's crossed it, it's been blocked. He's taken on a player, obviously all the times that he kicks it out of play, it doesn't make it to the highlights reel. He's beaten a player, he's played it inside. Those dropped off towards the end of the season. I'm not saying he's a brilliant player. I definitely agree with you that he has to improve. But I don't think he was that bad last season. He just wasn't good enough. It's just a drop off from Saka to him. It's just, as a winger, you just need a bit more, don't you? And I want him to be braver. I want us to be able to handle. I know we play this control football, don't give the ball away football. I get it, possession football. I think you have to allow players to be able to lose the ball and trust your team to win it back. And I think that Noni He wants permission to take on a player 4 or 5 times, which he should. I'm not saying I don't know if he's getting permission to do it either. Then Henri said this in a video. He was talking to Gary Neville about wing play, and he said it didn't matter that I lost 9 out of 10 duels, that I didn't beat the player 9 out of 10 times. He said I only need one. I just need one, and I love that. I'm not saying Noni's Henri, by the way, but I just want him to be braver. I want him to use what he's good at, and he is good at taking players on. He's good at putting the shits up players. He's good at winning penalties. He did it in the Champions League final, although they didn't give it. It was a penalty. So yeah, anyway, that sparked a conversation. And Scott, I do agree with you. I think his last chance is this season, but you tell me what you're thinking. Robin says, I think Martinelli and the attack are instructed not to try going it alone. Arteta needs to adapt his tactics. Yeah, I think it's that. They're either, I don't know. I keep talking about this this interview that Arteta gave a few months back in Spanish when he said the evolution of the game is those players that have golden moments that can do an individual moment of brilliance, basically. And that's what he was kind of looking for with Morgan Rogers, who was outscoring his XG last season and can beat a player. But it does get me thinking, will you allow them to do it? Will you allow Martinelli? I mean, Martinelli he's not a winger and he's not a one-on-one dribbler. He's definitely not that. He's not that. I see it in Noni. Noni definitely can do that. Martinelli definitely cannot do that. He's playing out of position. He should not be playing as a touchline winger. He has to come inside. I've been watching all his goals recently, all of Martinelli's goals. I'm sure you've seen them all. He scores from central. He's a really, really good central player. I don't know if that means playing him up front. He might not be able to do that, especially against low blocks. I wouldn't expect him to do much of a better job than Gyökeres does, but he does need to come in. He has to drift inside. He has to come inside. I want him coming inside. Anyway, we shall see. It would be interesting if, and also equally fucking terrifying and sad if we don't end up signing an attacker, but it would be interesting if we end up with the same as what we got, because you'd have to say Arteta's got to go, can't do what we did last season. Can't just keep doing that. That would be absolute madness. Right, let's have a look what people were saying around the webs last night. Captain Scarlet Stubble, controversial one. What do you make of this? At Capt Stubble says, unpopular opinion. In the main, I'm sure, but with Dauman, Nwaneri, and Eza, you could sell Ødegaard. And with MLS, Bruno, and Rice, you could sell Zubimendi. I try and advise it's just an opinion, but that would be a waste of time. So hashtag tin hat on. I would not sell either of them. I would keep them all. I wouldn't sell Zubimendi. I wouldn't sell Ødegaard. Ødegaard specifically, he does things that other players can't do. Look at him pre-season. Look at the amount of through balls. I know it's only pre-season, but look at the amount of through balls and little jinky passes and sexy play he's been playing with in pre-season. If he stays fit, he is integral to our attack. And if we've got Guimaraes now there, I'm hoping Ødegaard can push on a little bit more. I'm very excited to see how we line up on Friday. Not so much today. It's interesting. I don't think Arteta is going to show his complete hand today, but a fit Martin Ødegaard, regular, is our best footballer. Technically, he is our best footballer. And hopefully he gets a chance to shine this season. I'll come back to the chat in a sec. Now, this was on Arsblog. I read this on Arsblog, and I'm going to read it out because it sort of sparked a little opinion for me. He was talking about the whole MLS furore and everything that's gone on this week and the pressure on selling. Let me read this out, and I'll tell you what my... It's not necessarily a take on what Arsblog said either, by the way. It's just, it sprang an idea. He says, I get that in his blog. Arsblog said, I get that there is probably some pressure on the sporting director to make sales to help balance the books. That's part of his remit and responsibility, but I have to question the way he's going about it. Whatever our need to generate incoming revenue, and I can't sit here this morning and say I haven't often written about our need to sell better, offering players to clubs that have no interest in joining does not feel like a smart strategy to me. He's talking about offering Martinelli out or offering MLS out. On the one hand, you could argue it alerts other clubs to their potential availability, but unless there have been open lines of communication about this tactic with the players, you run the risk of damaging relationships. My understanding is that said communication hasn't exactly been forthcoming. Excuse me. So if you're Martinelli or Lewis Skelly and you discover the club view you as sellable because stuff like this comes out, it's got to be upsetting. Very, very good point. If it is to be believed that Arsenal have offered out MLS, I said on the show the other day, and I'm starting to change my mind on this, as I'm wont to do, and when more information becomes clear, you can sort of change your mind on things if you read things or see things that you didn't see before. And I'm now starting to think that maybe did Arsenal actually offer out MLS? The other day I said, oh, surely it's an intermediary just trying to chance his arm at a commission, a third party. But if they did offer out MLS, it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit worrying. My main reason for reading this out, though, my main reason for reading this Askblog piece out is, why is nobody coming in to make offers for them in the sort of natural progression of sales? Why are our players not generating any interest? And rival fans be like, because they're shit. No, they're not. Premier League winners, performers. Martinelli tore it up in the Champions League last year. MLS is one of the hottest young prospects in the world, right? Why are we having to offer them out? If we are looking to sell them, which I don't think we should, or certainly not MLS, but if we are looking to sell them, why are we having to offer them out? What the hell is going on there? Surely there's been offers coming in. I just can't see how that's. I cannot work my head around this. Surely people have inquired about MLS before. It's fucking weird. I will come to you guys in the chat. Right, here we go. Wildy says, I'm still torn with Noni. He looks fast, but he keeps running down dead ends. Yep, DK's joined us. DK, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Says, Ethan is not good at centre midfield, in my opinion. As a passer, defender, finding space, he hasn't impressed me even once centrally. On the right wing, though, multiple great performances. Oh, God, do we really want to open this can of worms? I think, as I said on the show the other day, personally, my opinion on this is that Ethan just needs time. He's only 19, he needs to learn the ropes. He needs to learn about that position in an Arteta Arsenal midfield. I think he can do it. I just think that's a very difficult position to learn. It's not easy, but you can see with a Max Dowman, you can see he's young, nippy, footwork, he's dangerous. You could see how that works for a 16-year-old. If they were going to move him into the middle, and he's starting to look like he can do it already, but even so, if they move him into the middle, he's got a lot to learn. Ethan has a lot to learn. Hopefully he stays with us. He gets minutes at a club that has a similar style of play. We bring him back. Jobs are good. As for playing in right wing, yes, he scored more goals than Noni did. I don't think he quite performs the same task or function that Noni's supposed to perform and play, but stats are there. He scored more goals. It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one. Here we go. What have we got? Here we go. We're still talking. Hey, we have a newbie in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I like this. Here we go. At Daily Football 3243. At Daily Football 3243. That's 3,243 days of the year. Daily Football says, do we need another winger? Maybe we sell Noni. What do you think? I don't think we have a market to sell Noni. Daily Football. If we can't get rid of Martinelli and we can't shift MLS if we're trying to, I don't know. I don't think there's a market for Noni in his current state. If he has a good season, I think they'd look to sell him next year, unless it's an absolutely banging season, in which case you don't sell. But if he gets in the shop window, me and Scott have been talking about, if you missed the show, Daily, I think he deserves another season. Wildy has a big ass opinion. Here we go. Wildy says, big ass opinion. The era of Berta as our sporting director is not going to be a long one. There's reasons our top choices have gone elsewhere and we've struggled to sell, but he's supposed to be solving the problem. Wildy, I am going to wait 2 weeks before I agree with you. I'm going to wait 2 weeks. We haven't seen more than one transfer window for Berta. It is a strange window. There's some inflated prices. There's some weird shit going on. I don't think it all comes down to Berta. But if we were talking about Berta today, right in this minute, I would say it's not looked good so far. Hedging my bets. I'm going to have to wait 2 weeks. There is a sentiment in that, though, Wildy, very astute. And I have to say, I feel that might be the case. I really do feel that might be the case, but we wait because we don't know what plates he's spinning. Apparently, he's a plate spinner. Does it even work, though? Does it even work? BX Gunner said Jack Wilshere had the academy kids cooking. Certainly did. Certainly did. Right, guys, look, I'm going to need your team talks. I'm going to need your team talks. I want to know what you guys would say to the team 5 minutes before kickoff for today's game. Please do stick it in the chat. Just put TT. It can be ridiculous. It can be serious. It can be like literally, if you want to say this is what I would say to the team, stick it in there. If it can be funny, abstract, whatever you like, whatever you like. Why am I asking you to do it? Because this segment was supposed to take off last season. I really struggled with it, so I need you to do it. Need to do it. Give us your team talks. Also, Simon Reese and Hybrid Ghost, who used to email in every week with a team talk, they didn't. They haven't. They've disappeared. So Simon, Hybrid Ghost, if you're watching later, please start sending them in again. Because today, basically, I've had to make one up. And I'll talk about that in a second. Let's do the instant karma.
Take of the day.
Right, instant karma take of the day is simply, do you remember when Nasri left? Do you remember when Nasri left? Because I saw something yesterday from Chelsea, and this made me laugh. Civil war over Enzo Fernandez is crazy, said at Emil, at Emzil, sorry, at EMZYL_. And he's posted a Chelsea screen grab that says, "This is incredible here at Stamford Bridge. Enzo gets booed on the ball and then it's overtaken by Enzo Fernandez. Some people arguing with each other in the stands over what should happen. We love to see it. Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it." Yeah. It made me laugh, but it reminded me of the Nasri era. Do you remember when Nasri was leaving? I think we'd actually kicked off the Premier League at that point. He wasn't playing. And the fans were not happy about the way he was trying to leave. I'm so glad we're out of that kind of era. So glad. What a mess over there at Chelsea, quite frankly. What a mess over there at Chelsea. Right, let's do some more before we dump into team talks. Here we go. Jump into team. I'm not going to dump in it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, I'm catching up. So, Woodpit. Where have you been, Woodpit? Woodpit is here. Let me get this off the screen so everyone can see it. Woodpit says, seems like noise from the club is signaling that some people don't like the way Berta is operating. Yeah, it does seem like that. Jar Jar is back. Jar Jar, thank you. Says, much love for your platform and presentation style, sir. I'm surprised this fan base has such short memories. We're champions now, but Berta has failed? Bloody good point. Jar Jar, thank you for the comments, and I appreciate your feedback. And I am a vain, egotistical, sensitive person. If someone wants to put compliments in the chat, I will read them out. I really will. Thank you. It's very kind. I'm only joking. I'm trying to stay humble. Stay humble, yeah? That's very kind. Yeah, you're right. Berta has failed. No, he's not. God, we could talk about this all day, couldn't we? It's not looking good for Berta right now. Would you agree with that, Jar Jar? Look, when you think of the Jeremy Monga thing, and look, there's all good reasons why we've missed out on these targets, right? I think it's fair to say, right? We shouldn't just automatically assume that you start talking to a player, you get them. For instance, Jeremy Monga at City came in, blew us out of the water with wages, signing on all that sort of stuff, right? So we didn't crack our structure. Fine, Jeremy Monga gone. Morgan Rogers, it was looking like 80 million, 90 million. Then of course the Elliot Anderson thing happens, and Aston Villa, rightly so, say we want 117 million. And Arsenal go, no, thanks, we're okay. So I don't have a problem with that. Vinny Jr. was a very difficult deal to do, but they bloody went for it. And of course, he was almost always going to stay at Real Madrid. Now is the time. Now is the time. So much time has gone by over the Vinny thing, over everything else. Now is the time for Berta to act. I would not be surprised if we started to see a bit more movement next week. A few more solid, concrete rumours. Arsenal Domination has a big ass opinion. He says Arsenal will sign an experienced, versatile defender soon. Negotiations ongoing between my local club and Berta over the fee. He's reluctant to throw in a fifth Mars bar to go with the lager. Yeah, you're demanding a hell of a lot there, Dom. You are demanding a hell of a lot. How about it's going to be 2 lagers, packet of Skittles, and energy drink, whether you like it or not. That's the best we can do. That's the best we can do. Oh, blimey. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got some team talks. Brilliant. Okay. We've got anyone else? I'll give one to Daily Football, then we'll jump into the team talks. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Look, I'll scroll through this. Thank God you've done that, because I was going to do one as Kermit the Frog, so I'm going to scrap that. I typed into ChatGPT. I was like, what would Kermit the Frog say if he did a team talk today? I'm not going to do it because there's enough here. Here we go. Oh, no, fuck it. I'll do it. Here we go.
It's simple. One touch, two
Oh.
touch. Get it on the deck.
I don't know if you can even hear that, guys. All right, here we go. Here we go. Is that loud enough? I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. I did one as Kermit the Frog, and then I'll read yours. Oh, this is an old mess. Hang on. Here we go. Right. Kermit the Frog. Hey, everybody. Kermit the Frog here. Look, I live in a swamp. Should I do it? But I know a tough... No, I'm not going to do his voice. Look, I live in a swamp, but I know a tough task when I see one. Out there is Manchester City. They've got deep pockets and a Norwegian robot who eats defenders for breakfast. Listen, it's not easy being green. It's not easy wearing these red and white sleeves. People expect us to back down. Nonsense. We're not background Muppets in Maresca's movie. Go out there, suffocate their midfield, and let's get this win. Who's ready to beat City? Ah! Okay, never do that one, Ed, ever again. Here we go. Right, team talk. How the fuck am I going to find Scuds? It was way back. Scud, I'm looking for yours. I got to scroll through so much. I'm not sure I can find it because it's not depicted with TT. I can't do it, Scud. I can't find it. Here we go. We're running out of time. Sorry, dude. Okay. Neil says, team talk. Let's bury these mofos. Arsenal Domination says, team talk. Go out there and show Maresca and City that we're now the big boys in town. Wildy's team talk is, don't worry, lads. This lot will be getting a 60-point deduction soon. Yes. That's what I like. That's what I like. Woodpit says decent Kermit, to be fair. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right, guys, thank you for getting involved in that. It's a bit of a mess, but appreciate it. Hey, Bert. Hey, Ernie. Hey, Kermit. Okay. I think we're done. I think we're done for today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. That was a bit of fun. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the game wherever you're watching it today. Don't forget, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. 3 p.m. kickoff. I nearly got caught out. I thought it was going to be like 4:30, but it's not. 3 p.m. Come on, you Gunners. Enjoy it wherever you're watching it. We'll go through the whole game tomorrow. 7 a.m., of course, because it's Monday. We're back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Please join us if you can. I just want to say thank you to Jar Jar, Scud, Neil, Robin, Andrew, Woodpit, Daily Football. Nice to meet you. Who else? Wildy, Robin, DK. DK, welcome back. Who else was there? We had someone else. BX Gunner, good to see you. If I've missed anyone, I'm sorry. Scud, I'm sorry I missed your team talk. I just cannot find it because I can't see it. So sorry. Anyway, have a brilliant Sunday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Enjoy. Up the Gunners. Get your ass in gear.